is the $200 million Ghana Digital Accelerated Project, GDAP, which provided the funding for the completion of the Knowledge and Skills Bank. And so under this new project, we have had the privilege of developing the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank portal, designed to provide students with access to a vast array of educational resources, quality education in all corners of Ghana, a mobile application with offline learning capabilities. So you don't even need to be connected online before you can access the portal. And that is what makes it possible for us to have inclusive education in this country. So it doesn't matter where you are or which class of school you're in. You have access to the same resources as your peers in the most advanced educational institutions in this country. And as we've just seen, it has career planning tools and AI integration for exam preparation. It has its own tutor, so you can learn at your own pace. And it integrates resources from global platforms and local research, and critical and creative thinking, digital and research competence, goal management, communication, investigation, and media literacy. It has all your past questions too as well. And I'm told it even has the capability of enabling publishers to download their books onto the portal, which you can access for a fee. And so you have access to all manner of textbooks. And it will also encourage the development of our own educational resources locally. So it's a tool that publishers, writers of textbooks and other educational resources can also use, using this as a platform to market their products as well. Of course, the Ministry of Education and its agencies have to certify that the content that is being put there is in line with the curriculum that is being taught in our schools. Through the Ghana Digital Acceleration Project as well, but starting from eTransform 2, we're setting up ICT laboratories in over 300 senior high schools. And our goal is to ensure that every student, regardless of their location, has access to the digital infrastructure needed for a modern education. This complements the work of the Ministry of Education in providing our senior high school students with their own devices to be able to access and utilize the content that is placed on the portal. Ladies and gentlemen, digitalization holds the key to addressing many challenges that plague our educational system, from limited access to quality resources to the disparity in educational opportunities between urban and rural areas. By embracing digitalization, we bridge these gaps and ensure that every student, regardless of their background or location, has access to world-class education. Furthermore, we empower educators to adopt innovative teaching methodologies, engage students in interactive learning experiences, and personalize instruction to meet the diverse needs of learners. It fosters collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity, essential skills for success in the 21st century and the fourth industrial revolution that's unfolding before us as we speak. I encourage every Ghanaian, every parent, every student to embrace this platform, explore its resources, and take advantage of the opportunities it offers, especially to the students. This portal is for you. Explore it, utilize it, and make the most of it. And I'm told you can access it from any device. So instead of chatting on social media, go to the portal and learn. Learn new things. I'm glad that it also has resources for technical and vocational training and education as well. So you can learn new skills right from the comfort of your home. It's a truly exciting product to have been able to assist to develop. And I'm really grateful for the excellent collaboration that we enjoyed from the Minister for Education and his team. You've shown that collaboration and cooperation is a useful approach to ensuring that we all realize our collective vision. Unfortunately, we didn't enjoy the same collaboration from some of the beneficiary institutions under e-Transform, who shall remain nameless. But kudos to the Ministry of Education, and together we've been able to produce this wonderful product. But like any tool, it depends on how you use it. And so students, please spend time, and I'm sure Impuntuo would also work with you and your teachers to enable you know how to utilize this resource. Spend time using it for your benefit. It will help you. I am also told that it can even grade your progress. So you can, it can even tell you where you are, what you need to get to the next level. And so in the comfort of your own home, you can improve your own performance and do wonders when you go to the classroom and the exam rooms. And finally, to Impuntuo, thank you for letting the whole world know that even in Ghana, in the global south, we have the quality of talent that will enable us to produce world-class global best practice resources for the use of not just our students, but for the rest of the continent as well. We don't always have to import talent. And I have said it on many platforms that government can use its purchasing power. It's the largest procurer of goods and services in this country. So instead of always making it possible for the Europeans and the Asians and others to come and bid and win contracts here and produce stuff for us, we can use government's own purchasing power to develop local talent and give them the opportunity to showcase what they have. I'm glad that in this sector, we have taken deliberate strides to ensure that if the local companies have the capacity to do something, we will give them the opportunity to. So our national ID is developed by a local company, Margins, and Integrated Card Production Systems. That's a local Ghanaian company powering our national ID project. Our digital address company, our digital addressing system is also powered by a local company, Asase GPS. And I am super excited that the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank is also powered by a local company, Impuntuo. So give it up for the local tech industry. You've demonstrated that you know the challenges that we have, and if you're given the opportunity, you can develop products and services that will address those challenges, which would also have global application. Yours, I think, is the foremost knowledge and skills bank. We will help you to showcase it to the rest of the continent and the world so that others will also come and utilize your resources. So well done. And let's celebrate our successes too. It's not always doom and gloom. And so we've done an excellent job. I'm glad that we were able to partner the Ministry of Education, Impuntuo Technologies and MTN to bring this product to the educational establishment in this country. I'll only entreat you to use it. Thank you for your attention.
Shall we applaud the Jubilee Choir? Thank you, Jubilee. I'd like to do a few acknowledgements here before we go to our next speaker. From the Danish Embassy, we have Oscar and Elizabeth. Are you here? Thank you very much, Oscar and Elizabeth from the Danish Embassy. Shall we acknowledge them, please? From the World Bank Group Unit at the Ministry of Finance, Gifty Sechere is here. Gifty, where are you? Good morning, Gifty. Thank you for joining us as well. From the Embassy of the United States of America, Jennifer Entry is here. Hello, Jennifer. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. And we've talked a lot about MTN. I believe that's Benedict Bentel, right? So Benedict, thank you very much. Senior Manager, MTN Business. Procurement Specialist here joining us, Simon Annan. Would like to acknowledge you, Simon. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Ghana Domain Name Registry. Nana Kofi, good morning. Thank you very much. From the Ministry of Education, please welcome Mrs. Mamle Andrews, who joins us this morning. Mrs. Andrews, good morning. Thank you very much for your time. And of course, I'd like to acknowledge our host. If anything goes wrong, he's the one who will hold. Chief Executive Officer, the Ghana Digital Centers, Kwejo Ba Ajiman. Thank you very much for hosting us this morning. Minister Esler Owusu mentioned the great collaboration between the Ministries of Communication and Digitalization and that of the Ministry of Education. She also mentioned the singular effort of the Minister, Yao Osei Educhum, in ensuring that this project has come to fruition. I'm sure Yao Educhum also has a story to tell. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Minister for Education, Yao Osei Educhum.
Good morning to every one of you. Thank you to the celebrated MC and Chairman General. We are happy to have you moderate this wonderful event. Today is a watershed moment for our nation. Great progress has been made the last almost 8 years in the space of education. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic, has made education a centerpiece of his administration. And getting close to 8 years, I think we have a story to tell. We are not where we may want to be, but you can't tell me we are where we used to be. We've moved forward. Great things are happening. But I know that I don't trust politicians. Because you see, we've done this to ourselves. We come and lambast the other government and say they did nothing. So there are some who will tell you during the last 8 years we have rather destroyed the education system. So before I get into digitalization, I want to let you know the context within which this digitalization agenda is situated. For you to understand that great progress has been made, and by the way, if you're a Ghanaian here, it's your tax cities at work. Your support of us have moved us forward in the field of education. Great infrastructure projects are being done. And I'll show you a few before I come to what brought us here today. If my IT people are ready. Let us look at how schools used to be. And every one of them has not been changed yet. But change has begun. And change is coming. The future of our nation is being demonstrated here today. And I believe that if we continue on this trajectory, we are going to see many, many things being done. I think that we are the IT center, so you have to make sure, digital center. You have to make sure it works. So, CEO. So, let me do my protocols. You know, those of us who were trained in America don't know protocols. You just go to an event and say, ladies and gentlemen, and nobody will begrudge you. But I have to be very careful. So, Honorable Minister for Communication and Digitalization, the Honorable Deputy Minister for Communication and Digitalization, the World Bank Rep CEO of the Ghana Digital Centers, the Director of Kofi Annan Center, reps of the Danish embassy, rep of the US embassy, MPs for the communications and education committees, the students who are here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We are going to show you what this is going to do for our nation.
Hello.
Technical difficulties at the digital center. So it's sorted. But my screen is not sorted, so please sort me out. All right, now I'm happy. So we go to the extreme corner, to your right there. For the most part, you see this all the time. Visit a school and this is what you see. I call this the rectangular shaped buildings painted brown and yellow, where students wear brown and yellow uniforms. That can be an apt description of what the public school is in Ghana. And I know for most of you who are gathered here, you don't want your children here. 30% of our parents have fled from here. And this has to change. We have to change the learning environment, because I believe that we cannot educate 21st century children in 19th century buildings and expect 21st century outcomes. It's not going to happen. And the president is fully determined that Ghanaian children will be educated in 21st century learning environment. So you move from here and you go to your model junior high schools. And I know some of you say, but that is a architectural rendering, it's a Photoshop. Let me show you the real one that is being built across the country. This one is real. Have them in a number of places across the country. This is a junior high school that comes with biology, chemistry, physics lab, library. You have computer lab there. But not only this. When you go in there, the activities that are done are 21st century activities. So this is it for you. And this is in Ghana. And this is a public school. What we want to do is to make sure we change the learning environment. But when you do this, and you create a physical environment, you also have to provide digitized content that will speak to 21st century. And that is why what we are seeing here is so profound. If you look at the high schools that the government is building, and this is why I really like the work that we are doing between education and the Ministry of Communication. See, we have high schools that are built, beautiful ones, then communication come in and give us the digital tools to really bring change to scale. So this is a school in the northeast of Ghana. This is a STEM high school at Pasempe. Look at the campus. Yeah, you can say, wow. This is a high school in this country, not any other place. But we have to rely on the Ministry of Communication to make sure we have connectivity there, to also make sure that we have computer labs here. This computer lab was from the e-Transform project. So this is the kind of cooperation that we have enjoyed with the Ministry of Communication. Then you look at the STEM labs that we are building here. You go to Awaso STEM Senior High School in Western North. Students are using tools, working in science labs that are hard to find in even developed countries. This is Awaso STEM Senior High School. There's a smart lab. Activities are being done. You have a smart board and fume chamber for chemistry work by the students. But change, and serious change, is going to happen when we digitalize most of the activities that are taking place. So let me take you to and make a case for what we are doing today. Let me take you to Opokuwari, our school in Kumasi. Begin to look at the change in the learning environment. And then begin to look at how this ties in with the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank and why this project is so important. This is your new learning environment. And this is how classrooms are going to look like. And this is Opokuwari School. You see the smart board that is there, tablet for every student, tied into a learning management system. Now, with the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank, They are now going to go online, be able to tap into all the resources on the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank. In fact, my colleague talked about the AI infusion. And one of the interesting things is that if a student does not understand the content and English is a barrier, they can even request that the content be taught them in their own local language. So if a certain content is being taught in mathematics and children are having difficulty, they can request that, can you teach me in Asante Twi or in Ga? And the system using AI will teach them in that language that they understand. So this is bringing language and cultural and content acquisition really to the doorstep of every Ghanaian student. So this is what you will see in the next few months in Ghanaian high school classrooms. And with the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank, now the tablet is going to be put to a very good use because they are going to get so much content. In fact, we are now at the beginning stages. So much content is going to be uploaded. We are working with schools where the best chemistry teacher, after they teach their lessons, can then be uploaded onto the site. So if you happen to come or be a student at my famous Jache Pramso Senior High School, and your chemistry teacher may be not the best, you can then have chemistry lessons taught at Presec, downloaded for you, and you'll be able to enjoy that opportunity. In fact, we are even looking at opportunity to have live teaching taking place, and students can log into that classroom and be able to enjoy the teaching of an expert teacher from one of the schools across the country. This is a watershed moment for us as a nation. And I think as we tie in from primary school all the way up, there's a STEM center and at Accra High. And you see the little ones are there. These students coming from neighborhood schools are able to come there and also do coding and other activities. What we are saying to you, to the parents who are watching, is that we have an opportunity of a lifetime here. You are going to be able to get support for your children. The subjects that you cannot help them on, AI is here to help them. We want to lift teaching and learning to the highest level possible to ensure that our education system is competitive with the rest of the world. I don't understand why we can't have the best students in the world coming from Ghana. We have the most well-behaved children in the world. You enter a Ghanaian classroom, the children will stand up. If you don't tell them to say, they won't say. If these children are not the best in the world, it's our fault and not their fault. And that is why I'm so happy to be the Minister for Education under a president who's so much committed to education, and major transformation is taking place at this time. But it's coming full circle with what we are launching today. The Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank that we are launching today, which of course came from the funding from the World Bank and the leadership of the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization, and powered by a Ghanaian firm in Puntu. I had a number of meetings with them. I mean, I'm hands-on. I'm not going to allow you to come and develop a project for me and I don't know what the content is. So we did a lot of back and forth, and I enjoyed how receptive they were to great ideas. And today, we're going to have opportunity to practice. Past questions are all here. And it's not just simply past questions. The child will be able to go through the question, answer the questions. AI will grade the questions, and the AI will tell them that you are weak in this area. If it's mathematics, you are weak in geometry. And by the way, we suggest that you practice these questions, and the student will practice again, take the exams again. By the time they go to the examination center, they are well versed in the content and they are going to do better. This is 21st century learning. And now we have it through the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank. And one of the great features of this is the fact that we can also do Tvet. So it's not just your grammar education, technical and vocational education and training is part of what this portal is about. So at the end of the day, we have something that promises some great innovation and transformation for our country. We believe Tvet should not be just coming to learn some skills, but it's also about innovation. Innovation Tvet is what we seek to achieve. And therefore, the nexus of Tvet and STEM is what this system will seek to promote. So it's not just learning coding, but how does it fit when it comes to projects that you are working on. In our schools today, you're going to see that the contents have shifted. We have schools where we are doing aviation and aerospace. To what extent can this portal help us? So they are not just a place where you look at what the students have done, but also looking at how can I do same. So if you look at a school in Ashanti region, Efiakobi girls, this is them working on drones. The only high school with a tarmac for flying drones, probably in the world. And you see, interestingly, they call this park, they say Ukraine field. Ukraine field. I say, you want to call your tarmac the Ukraine field. But that's how they call it. So I visited them, and so exciting moment when I saw the drone flying. So they will be able to upload how they did this onto this portal, and other schools can do same. And that is the exciting part of this, that they don't have to go to the school, but they will have the tools. And yeah, it came back. And it came back quickly because we wanted this to be a very short presentation. In real time, it was about 30 to 45 minutes. It flew and it came back and it landed safely. After they finished it, they decided that they also do a remote control boat and deploy it on the ocean. And in fact, they designed the first time, they went to the Western Naval Command, they measured it for them, assessed the stability, they went back and redesigned. But you see, the reason I'm showing you this is the interface between STEM and Tvet. The young ladies had to know woodwork in order for them to put together the boat and deploy it. And in the next few minutes or seconds, the boat will have been completed and it will be deployed on the ocean in Takoradi. It went and came back. And the good news is that the boat can be used for submarine exploration. So you see, so when they deploy, while the boat sits on the ocean, it's emitting pictures of what is under the ocean. And this is Ghanaian young woman showing the world that it is possible. So you see, it left, went around, and they used the remote control, and it came back. It didn't get lost. So that's why I'm saying politicians are our worst enemies. In the face of all this, a politician will mount a podium, a platform, and say, Ghana education system has been destroyed. Destroyed. And sometimes I say, what kind of country do you live in? Destroyed in this country. The innovation that has been brought about. The fact that high school students are now doing aviation and aerospace in our schools, robotics and coding coming next semester, and making sure that we can compete with the rest of the world and win. This is the education space we find ourselves. Kindergartens are being transformed. And thank God for this innovation. KG teachers are going to have access to digital content. Look at this school. This is a public school. By the way, the uniform tells you it's a public school. Dome Kwabenya is there. The best equipped KG in Ghana happens to be in our public school. Smart boards for KG students. The future is here today. This is what you're going to be seeing a number of KGs across the country, funded by the government. And this is a diminished education environment. Change is coming. And I think together we can do some big things. Look forward to the day where I'll meet some of you in front of public schools lining up to check in your children. This is Accra STEM Academy in East Legon. Going to be one of the finest public schools anywhere in the world. When it's finished, it's going to look like this. The school begins from kindergarten all the way to high school. It's a community school. You don't have to pay anything to go there. One of the buildings is completed. By the middle of November, the school opened its doors to its first batch of students. And this will be a public school where digitalization will be at its best. And tapping into the Knowledge and Skills Bank will provide an environment that is second to none when it comes to education. You see the dining hall and other features. I just want you to know, and Ghanaians to know, that the transformation taking place in the field of education is going to position our nation to use education to transform our fortunes. So we don't look at digitalization as an end in itself. It's a means to an end where students will learn better than they could without the digital tools, an end where students will be able to acquire 21st century skills, an end where using 21st century skills will be able to build a better and more robust nation. That is what we seek to accomplish, and that is why today I'm so happy and excited that this portal is being launched to give us the opportunity to bring to bear transformation in every facet of our education system and education enterprise. This is now going to give us the opportunity to do the first ever Ghana virtual high school. It seeks to enroll about 10,000 students next academic year, and the students are going to learn virtually. We also, with the support of the UK Open University, building virtual labs. So you can dissect a frog virtually. You don't kill a frog, you dissect it. So you can't say that because I went to a school without 21st century science lab, I couldn't do science. You do your science virtually. And that is the new Ghana. In fact, some of the virtual labs that were created were used by students at the Open University in UK, but it was developed here by Ghanaian teachers. So at the end of the day, the digitalization of education offers a nation a new opportunity. Going to be a paradigm shift of major proportions. And I think when we embrace it well and begin to look at what is possible, we can create a better education system, a system that we never thought we would do. 10 years ago, we never thought there would be this. Ghana Knowledge Bank, second only to what we've seen in Egypt. And I think with the AI infusion, we're even getting ahead and going to create the best learning portal, one of the best in the world. So, Minister for Communication, I'm so happy. It's so easy to work with you. You know your work, and your encouragement and support has made it possible. There are times when you meet me in cabinet and say, how is the project coming? And I say, I've met with them. And she also says, I've also met with them. So we're hitting them from different angles. So we're able to get Impuntio to finish in a record fashion. I mean, it doesn't really happen that I have a project that should be done in 6 months and you get it done in 3 months. That means you were not sleeping. You're actually enjoying a 24-hour economy. Finish it in record time. So Impuntio, you have something to show the world. 24-hour exist. And you've demonstrated it. So, Madam Minister, I'm so happy today. And, you know, I'm a teacher and politician. In both professions, if you can't talk, you lose your job. So there's a colleague of mine in Parliament who, his people were accusing him that he was not talking in Parliament. No, sir, no, there's a pillar B was him. Pillar B him. He said, there's a pillar in front of me. When I raise up my hand, the speaker doesn't catch my eye. And he said this on Friday. So Tuesday when we went back to Parliament, every one of us were looking for the pillar, and we didn't see any in front of him. So I told myself when I came to Parliament that if I'm going to lose my seat in Parliament, it's not because I can't talk. And of course, I'm a teacher, so please, I don't want to overstay my welcome on this podium to get a famous Sifakai then signaling me. So my time is up, but I'm so happy. Thank you for coming and for gracing this occasion.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Minister. We can call you Teacher Yao, I guess. We'd like to take a very quick cultural performance from Ajua Yeboeje's group, after which we'll come back to our Jibile choir, and then we'll do the formal launch of the portal. Once again, thank you very much, the Jubilee Band, the choir, not the band. Well, there's a little band in there, so. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Chief Director at the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization. Please welcome Mr. Alexander Yao Afo. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. I'd like to acknowledge the Director of Internal Audit at the Ministry, Mr. Maxwell Asai Brewu. Auditor for. Also joining us, we'd like to say a very good morning and welcome to Dr. Gksb, Director RSIM. Good morning, Doc. Thank you very much for making time. We're almost at the tail end of this morning's launch. But before we get to the very end, we have a video that will show very few minutes, maybe about 8 or 9 minutes video. It will tell us an interesting story. After the video, the ministers for communication and education will come up here and formally launch the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank portal. After which, Deputy Minister Charles will give us his closing remarks, and then we can all melt into the streets of Accra, wherever it is that we are going. So now the video, after which the ministers will come up.
Welcome to a quick tutorial on the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank. Visit www.gksb.gov.gh. In this tutorial, we will take you through signing up on the platform using these few steps. Click the Sign Up button, choose your category, fill in your details, and verify the OTP sent to you. In this tutorial, we will take you through signing in on the platform using these few steps. Click the Login button, enter your valid email and password, and click on the Sign In button. Get access to our varied content in the selected category from early childhood all the way to lifelong learning. Find and click on any of the category cards you find on the dashboard based on your preference. Select a subject, click on your preferred reading material, and download them for reading instantly, or bookmark them to reference later. What about if you need to collaborate with your peers on a group project? You can create a group meeting link and connect with others from anywhere in the country so you can learn together and grow together. Here's how. Find and click on Study Group. Click on your preferred study group and instantly begin a meeting using the Ubuntu Meet link. Invite your peers to have discussions in real time via the Ubuntu Meet link. And best of all, the meeting link is not time-bound, so you can spend as much time as you need. Want to reach out to other students outside the walls of your school as an educator in real time? Don't worry, Ubuntu Meet has got you covered with its virtual teaching platform. Find and click on Study Group. Click on your preferred study group and instantly begin a meeting with your students using the Ubuntu Meet link. Invite your students to have discussions in real time via the Ubuntu Meet link. Remember, you have all the time to teach to ensure they understand you fully, because the meeting rooms are not time-bound. Find and click on My Library to get access to all your bookmarked contents. Click on your preferred reading material to read or download them for reading instantly. We didn't forget about you, dear lecturers and teachers. Need to create a quality course with assignments on any subject for your students to help improve their studies? Our course creation platform enables you to do just that in few minutes, and every upload is vetted by GES to ensure it conforms to the approved curriculum. Here's how. Find and click on Course Management. Click on Create. fill in the details, and create a course on the platform instantly. We didn't forget about you, dear researchers. Need to publish research content on any topic areas to help contribute to the body of knowledge? Our content creation platform enables you to do just that in a few minutes, and every upload is vetted by the Ministry of Education to ensure it conforms to the approved standard for public use. Here's how. Find and click on Content Management. Click on Create. Fill in the details and create a content on the platform instantly. In this tutorial, we will take you through accessing my bookshelf on the platform. Find and click on My Bookshelf on the side menu. Have your personal educational notes, lecture or slides, and even homework uploaded on the platform for easy access anytime and anywhere. Say goodbye to carrying your notebooks around to keep up with your studies. Not able to keep track when class is in session? Don't worry, the Gksb transcription model is here to save the day. Make use of Snowly AI by accessing it in the Gksb study group. Start the recording and have all your discussions transcribed and summarized for your personal use. And what if you need to have a virtual discussion with your team or friends to solve a hard-cracking group assignment given to you in class? With our discussion forum, you can do just that at the click of a button and invite your classmates or friends from anywhere in Ghana to better understand those confusing topics or projects in class. Find and click on the discussion forums in the menu bar. Create a forum, fill the details, and have your peers join in on the discussion. You can also join other forums of interest to join the discussion. Find and click on Past Questions in the menu bar. Click on your preferred exam tab, choose your subject, and select any of the years. Access both Objectives Section A and Subjectives Section B. Select a mode. Solve the questions, submit for grading, and view your results instantly. Need a second shot? Use the retake option anytime. Find and click on Practice Questions in the menu bar. Click on your preferred exam tab, choose your subject, and select the year available. Access both Objectives Section A and Subjectives Section B. Select a mode. Solve the questions, submit for grading, and view your results instantly. Need a second shot? Use the retake option anytime. Do you need to practice for an upcoming exam or test? Our world-class predictive AI gives you the extra advantage of practicing AI-generated questions, which is sure to put you on the path to passing your exams. Here's how. Find and click on Prediction Questions in the menu bar. Click on your preferred exam tab, choose your subject, and select the year available. Access both Objectives Section A and Subjectives Section B. Select a mode. Solve the questions, submit for grading, and view your results instantly. Need a second shot? Use the retake option anytime. Our self-learning feature allows you to run mock tests on subject areas you've been taught and identify areas where you need improvement. Find and click on Self-Learning in the menu bar. Click on your preferred subject, select a mode, and choose the grade you want to access. solve the questions, submit for grading, and view your results instantly. In this tutorial, we will take you through accessing the AI-powered tool Tutor Me on the platform. Find and click on Tutor Me at the bottom left in the menu bar. Engage the AI-powered tool to assist you with challenges you face while studying and get responses instantly. Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank, where learning has no limits and the possibilities are endless.
Learning has no limits, possibilities are endless. I'd like to now invite our Education Minister and our Communications Minister to go upstage and formally launch this portal.
Are we doing it digitally?
Virtually. Impunto.
Joined by Impunto. Minister has invited Impunto up. MTN as well.
There's nothing to punch.
Where could you buy my BB punch? The moment you formally declared launched,
It's launched.
something interesting will happen as well.
Oh, something will happen.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Okay, then go ahead.
We hereby declare the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank
Duly.
Duly launched.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
And so the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank formally declared launched by Education Minister Yao Osei Educhum, Communications and Digitalization Minister Esla Osue-Kufu, reps from Impuntuo and also from MTN. We'd like to say a very big thank you to the World Bank as well as other partners who have ensured that this has become successful. Shall we give ourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? And so at this point, Deputy Minister Charles Champong will give us the closing remarks. Let me just say that he has protested, but so he's doing this very grudgingly. I'll say, na me minister waha, na me de me kwakadei, and I'm sick of. So Charles, over to you.
I'm proud of Hashem kompa.
Mijitum. Yelija ne dia swaw. Aye. Enti yero.
But I took something from Teacher Yao.
Teacher Yao today.
I say, we are politicians, so we are saying about me akasa.
No.
So we lose seats. Na kasa ne be mo lose seats.
Ono de enye no.
And then parry.
Amen.
The Honorable Minister for Communication and Digitalization, my minister, the Honorable Minister for Education. Thank you very much. I remember back in the days when we were going to write exams, you had to crisscross to look for past questions. I don't know, our Gen Zs, I don't think they've experienced these things before. It was so difficult. And even as to whether the questions and the answers being given were the right ones was another thing you need to think about. I asked one of my colleagues, do you remember my first aid in English? Then they were like, what book is that? It's the one like first aid box. It teaches you everything about English. And so I'm so happy to be presenting the remarks, the closing remarks. But it's so difficult because you have to summarize both education and communication together. But then I'm happy again for having the Minister of Education here to let us know what has been going on in the educational sector. You are going to just I'll use the word spoil people's businesses. I mean, the private schools, times will come where parents will no longer want to put their children or their wards in the private schools, but rather go to the public schools because they got everything there, everything there. We are really grateful for your vision, especially the vision of His Excellency, the President of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa, and the Vice Presidents. This Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank is something that for me, it's history. You can go back in time to look for certain books that are lost in time. If you want to understand programming, you need to understand what is called Pascal. How many people will understand what is Pascal? You'd have to go in there, the Knowledge and Skills Bank, and you understand that there's what we call Pascal. It provides a wealth of knowledge for every individual. There are students in class who cannot even ask questions. Not that they don't want to ask the questions, but they are scared. So just imagine the AI. After class, he goes to the comfort of his home and asks the AI, this is what Madam Adjoa said. I didn't understand. Can you explain to me? The AI comes out with the possible explanation, the possible answers to it. It makes it so easy for him. And then to our lecturers, who will say, lesson notes, make copies, buy my pamphlet. Finally, I can transcribe with a smart classroom in there. I can transcribe everything. Once everything is recorded, the only thing I need to do is go back home and hit on transcribe. And I'm done. I have learned everything again. I might not pay attention, but it's not an avenue not to pay attention to in class. We are so grateful to you. We are so grateful to the Ministry of Communication, the Ministry of Education, for providing such a platform for us. We pray that you provide more opportunities for all of us. And to our funding agents, we thank you for understanding our vision and then championing it for us. God bless you all, and God bless Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Medisha Okwanyan Wine Fefefe. When the Deputy Minister was speaking, he mentioned Gen Z. Gen Z, no matter how old, or my age range be. I said, yeah. So what age range is Gen Z? I don't know, honestly. From what age to what age? It's obvious all of you are old men and women. You don't even know. Do we have any young people here under age 20? Where are you? You are the proper people. So tell me, what age range is Gen Z? So you are the Gen Z, no? Moi. You are the Gen Zs. So what is the age range for Gen Zs? Sorry? 2000 to 2010. So what happens from 2010 to 2024? That's Gen Alpha. Boy. So from the year 2000 to 2010 is Gen Z. And 2010 to 24 is Gen Alpha. Intimufi Alpha Mokwai. Omega. The reason why I'm asking for Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and Gen whatever, you guys are lucky. You guys are very, very, very lucky. When the Deputy Minister was speaking, he talked about getting past questions. It was hell for those of us who are writing our O levels and the rest. Okay, A level paper, pink color bizarre. What should be clear with ya? This all called Waik, no akoto, and no crack connection. And so I'm saying this to you. I guess that if you are born from year 2000 to 2024, you can easily be my child. So this one is father and child conversation over tea or coffee. Take advantage of this app. Take advantage of this portal. because it is the world at your fingertips. It is for you not to have an excuse to say, I didn't know, or I don't know. Does anybody remember slide rule? And lock tables? Me bonye. Oh, yeah, me damn you. Because slide rule, no, are there any civil engineers, mechanical engineers, architects here, or science? Slide rule, yeah. Charlie, you put that in the trial. Slide rule. Oh, sliding is saying, I still didn't make sense out of it. Lock tables, still. And so for you, the much younger people who have all these things here, your future should be brighter than what you've experienced from us. And so to all Gen Zs, Gen Alpha, to whatever gen that will happen again, this is your world. And I wish you will take advantage of it. Shall we applaud our children and grandchildren? And we pray that you'll use this tool. And Impuntu, thank you very much for doing this in 3 months instead of 6. And it's something we should talk about. Brakukrokus, remember free airtime. Remember free airtime. Bejawenum. Minister, the Bena Beba. Ochina. Patrol Minister, ne can you? Obaba. Ochina. Communications and Digitalization Minister. Please, all of you heard, it's actually running live on Facebook. Ochina esle uswa makukrokuswa. Not just a moment say, politician didn't keep her promise. But where evidence based, but she says she's a promise-keeping politician. And Puntu, are you showing up tomorrow morning? I'm inviting you. Let's celebrate a Ghanaian product. Let's celebrate a Ghanaian product. You know, it isn't always that we should. I'm happy that it's homegrown. So come, I'll celebrate you free, and I'll be my World Bank cash in kakra. Tell you, baby, on kakra. Nyebi pia. Ejumawi. So in all of it, I guess we can say thank you to everybody. We've done a good job, I believe. And for much younger people and for those of you in school, I mean for some of us who may not necessarily be in school, it's a tool that we can easily go on and, just learn. Go and click on it. Ask questions. You never know. Especially when your children bring homework and you have to help them. Do I have any witnesses here? Also, Brown, your kids bring homework and so when I think that is very difficult, I say, go and Google it. It's not about you. I say, go and Google it. Oh, the truth is that I don't know. And they bring these days. So I'm happy we have such a portal. We should encourage our children to just log on to it and leave us alone. And so I'll ask that we have the Jubilee Choir, since this is about our beautiful country, Ghana, to give us a rendition of our national anthem. Whilst we're at it, I'd want the Minister for Education, Minister for Communication, please go back upstage. Deputy Minister Dusain, Impuntu Dusain, MTN join them. And this time we want you in front of the podium because we want a photo session. Can you help me by removing the podium, please? The podium and the microphone, everything should go off. So that we can do this nicely. Respectfully, shall we all rise for the national anthem?
To
Thank you very much. Take your seats again. We'd like to say a very big thank you also to our media partners who took this event live. It was live on television, on UTV, on Adum TV, on City TV, on Peace FM, on Joy FM, City FM as well. We'd like to say a very big thank you to all of you for the media collaboration. So, ladies and gentlemen, we formally will draw the curtains on the launch of the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank portal. Congratulations to all of us for a good job done. Let's go and start learning from it. May your day be blessed and have a beautiful day. Jubilee Choir will now take it away from here. And please don't worry. I hear there's some very nice refreshments. Very nice one. Say the World Bank is sponsoring kakra. Yeah, they are young chichos kakra. And so please don't forget to take your package.